Hello everyone out there, and today I'm using some Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay. Metal Gear is one of my favorite game series of all time. Number one, above the Elder Scrolls. I love it so much. Kojima's like, just great storyteller and, programmer at the same time. And that's what I love about the series. But, I know that was a pretty major tangent for the general subject matter of this channel. But today I'm going to be doing a more traditional video. It's going to be more based around the state of humanity, what we are, who we are. No, I'm not going to claim that I know why we are what we are, why we are where we are, because I don't. But I like to, roll around ideas in my head, and I'd like to have a bit of a discussion. So put what you guys think in the description below. In the comment section below. I really appreciate comments. Every time I see it, comment, my eyes light up, because I love having discussions with the people who watch my videos. That's just something I find really fun. And even sometimes when it stems off into debates, until the person you're having a debate with tells you to sit on a glass dildo. I'm talking about you, Chris. It's all well and good. So I enjoy debates, I enjoy arguments, as long as they're civil, and the opponent doesn't start the argument with a straw man. Once again, talking to you, Chris, just gonna rub that in, just gonna casually insult you throughout this entire video, because I'm kinda petty. But you're still a fucking idiot, so what can it hurt, honestly? Alright, so let's actually get into the video now. Humanity is a race of animals, both mentally and physically. We are primates. We have evolved from primates. If you really look into our genetics, you will find that we are simply just monkeys who have become cogniscient. I know this isn't a very philosophical way of going about explaining what the human race is. But physically, we are primates. Mentally, we are primates. The only reason we are here is to spread our seed. We just have basically won the lottery and evolved into a species that is capable of cognition thought. We're the only species on the world it is known that we have cognition thought, that we can put together thoughts of the future. We can put together scenarios. We have a fear of death. So we have to use this wisely. You see, cognitive function is a gift. Now, it wasn't necessarily given to us by any higher power, but it is a gift in the fact that evolution, adaptation chose us. Macroevolution chose us to become an intelligent species like we are today. Now, I'm not necessarily insinuating that we are the most intelligent species ever, because we aren't. At least from what I believe there are much more intelligent species out there. I believe that there are aliens. I think it's kind of selfish to believe that Earth is the only planet with creatures on it that are capable of thinking, because it just makes it seem like you think the universe centers around you, centers around Earth, when really Earth is just a speck of sand in an insignificant solar system with a tiny star as its sun. Now, that is simply the truth. Earth is a tiny grain of sand on a cosmic scale, on a cosmic scale, and we are smaller than bacteria on a cosmic scale. But you see, I feel in a sense that validates our existence, because being like bacteria on a cosmic scale might seem like something scary, or seem like something that could make you feel as if you're insignificant, which, yeah, sure, I do feel as if humanity is insignificant, but I don't feel like humanity doesn't matter, because I feel like the whole point of living is to gain more knowledge, to discover. We have this great gift of being able to understand, being able to discover. And I feel like my purpose in life as an anti-natalist, I don't want to cave to my genetic urges to spread my seed, because it is cruel in a world like this, all of the things that are going on, to spread my seed. But in a certain sense, I view the purpose of my life, or the purpose of humanity as a whole, is to discover, to find, to search out, to understand, to keep on fighting, keep on chugging along, just to learn more about the universe around us. I think that humanity is, or being a human, is like a vessel. It's a vessel for discovery. It's a vessel for learning more. You're just so lucky to be born as a human, to be born with the ability to be cogniscient, because no other organisms in this solar system are cogniscent, as far as we know. It's pretty much confirmed that there are no aliens within the solar system, but it's something you need to cherish. It's something you need to keep. You need to keep dear to yourself, being human. Because as a human, as this organism, you can do so much. I feel like even though you are bacteria on a cosmic scale, or even more microscopic than bacteria on a cosmic scale, you are still worth a lot. And you can change our planet. You can change the way we do things. You just have to fight. And, as a human, in a lot of circumstances, especially as somebody who dabbles in philosophy, you should try to reinvent yourself. You shouldn't just think within the boundaries of this box that we call Earth. We need to look out. We need to think about. We need to explain the whole infinity beyond us. And that's my life purpose, is to try to explain the infinity beyond us. Not only that, but to change the way we do things, change the way that both our country and our world functions. Now, I know this sounds like a big dream, and certainly it sounds unrealistic, but you gotta think big in a lot of circumstances. You can't just let this, somebody else will do it, or, it's gonna be too hard mentality take you over. Because if you let that take you over, you're no better than the next one. You're no better than the people who have turned this world into a hellhole. Because if you can't find the courage to do anything about it, then you are just as bad as the people who have done all these awful things within this world. And you gotta find courage. It's hard, but you have to look inside yourself. You gotta find your drive to want to change the way things work. Figures like Bernie Sanders and such, they talk about young people standing up. Young people standing for what they believe in. And that's something I really hold dear. Because if young people are standing for what they believe in, if young people are running for office, then that means the next generation, sorry, I've been clearing my throat a lot, but that means that the next generation is invested in change. And the next generation is our future. And the next generation being invested in change is something that is a great sign, because it gives validation to the purpose of many of these philosophers and political figures who want the young people to stand up for change. Because, in old age, it's hard. It's hard to make a change. It's hard to fight. But, as a young person, if you start fighting for change, if you start fighting to promote discovery, to promote knowledge at a young age, you will accomplish something. Because if you fight for long enough, you'll always accomplish something. It's akin to if you keep practicing at something that you can't do, eventually you'll do it. It's the same with fighting for change. It's the same with standing up. You just have to fight long and hard, and you just have to study long and hard. You have to look out into the cosmos, and you have to look at the way humanity functions, look at the way we function, and formulate an idea, formulate a philosophy, formulate a way of thinking about the world around us, the people around us, the universe around us. And if you keep pushing that way of thinking, keep pushing that philosophy, eventually it'll shine through. And that's really almost everything I have to say today. Just keep fighting. You gotta fight hard. Just because the world kicks you in the face doesn't mean you shouldn't get back up and keep trying. The purpose of life isn't about staying down. It's about seeing how many times you can get fucking punched in the face and you can get back up. And that's what I say to myself in a lot of situations. But right now, of all situations, of all times, the way things are going, we really, really need to fight. We need to fight. We need to promote knowledge. We need to promote the growth of our space exploration programs. We need to promote the growth of our education systems. We need to make sure that we're educating the next generation and we're preparing the next generation for something great. Because what you have left us with, what we have been left with, we're fucked, alright? We've got a climate crisis. We've got a country controlled by money and corruption. Not only our country, but an entire system throughout the world fueled by money and corruption. And we have to find a way to change that, or it's going to be catastrophic. Not only the climate crisis, not only the changing the system, but shifting our focus on knowledge of the beyond. Knowledge of the universe around us is an important commodity that only we, as human beings, can acquire. So it's very important that we shift our focus onto something like that, so that we can use what we have as humans. We can use this brain for the greater good. Anyway, guys, please comment down below. If you watched all the way, thank you very much. Please subscribe, and I'll see y'all